Hey everyone, my name is Dimitra Kupis, and this is my cultural bag video for EAF 228. A little bit about myself before I start. I'm from Park Ridge, Illinois, which is a northwest suburb of Chicago. Lived here my whole life. And I'm also going to be a senior this fall at Illinois State, and I am majoring in elementary education. So I'm super excited to start my last round of clinicals before student teaching. And I'm also really excited to be in this class this summer and learn more about the skills and procedures that I can implement into my classroom to make it a welcoming environment for everybody from all different walks of life. And I'm excited to show you guys what is in my cultural bag. So let's get started. The bag that I chose to represent kind of my cultural baggage or a little bit about myself is this bag with a bunch of patches on it. From a young age, my mom would always take my siblings and I to the library, and we would check out a bunch of books at a time. And over the summer, they had reading programs, and you had to read a certain amount of books or a certain amount of hours in order to complete the program. And upon completing it, you would get a patch. So we started this in 2000, and I believe, continued it until 2007. So you can see, have a ton of patches on the bag, and they all represent some of these up here represent different themes or different genres of books, while the other more ornate ones represent the summer reads. So I kind of chose this to hold all of my artifacts because a big passion, a big hobby of mine is reading. I love reading, and you would always have to pry me away from a book when I was younger. Now I don't have as much time to read for fun, but I still do enjoy it. And it has really helped shape me and kind of like realize who I am because I chose to get a reading endorsement in addition to my elementary education major. So I'm currently working towards that, and I think that doing these reading programs and just continuing to read all the time has really helped shape my love for reading and helped me kind of realize that what I want to do is help other students realize this too and help them work towards their goals through reading, because I think that's a very important part of their schooling that always doesn't get as much attention or needs more attention. So I think I don't know, I just wanted to share that about myself. And then my first item in my bag is a Cubs hat, and it represents my love for the Cubs, and not just because they finally are starting to turn things around after winning the World Series a few years ago, but I've always been a Cubs fan. It's kind of a family brainwash kind of thing because my great grandma was a diehard Cubs fan, and so was my dad, and so we always go to Cubs games together, and we'll stay at home and watch the Cubs games, and it was just getting to see them win the World Series, even though I didn't have to wait as long as others did. It was really an amazing thing. I was able to come home from school to go to the parade in Chicago, and it was kind of life changing, I guess. So it also represents my loyalty and how I've learned that, because no matter how the Cubs are doing, whether they haven't been the best or now they're starting to turn things around, I've always stuck by them. So it kind of shows that my persistence even when things aren't going as well as they can be. My next item in my bag is something that I carry around with me almost every day, even though there's no keys on it right now. But it is an Illinois State lanyard that I received at freshman orientation. And it kind of just represents my time at Illinois State and over the past 3 years now, going on 4, and how it's helped me shape and become the person that I am today, and how it's also helped me realize what I want to do with the rest of my life and what I want to do, how I want to help others. And it's mainly come from the classes that I've been taking and the professors that I've had. Always, when I was even a little girl, I would always say that I wanted to be a teacher, even when everyone else was saying I want to be an astronaut or I want to be in the NBA. I always said teacher. And I think taking these classes and hearing and being able to experience different situations in my clinical classes has helped me realize how I want to do what my past teachers have done for me and pass it on to my future students. So it has really helped me find my passion for teaching and for other things as well. My next item in my bag is a picture of the friends that I have met while I've been at ISU, and I believe that they have really shaped my experience because without them, I don't know if I would still be at school. They have become my support system and they have become my go to when I haven't been able to reach my family at home, and they've just become a very important part of my life, and I know I can go to them for anything, and seeing them go through different experiences and learning from them and learning how to always look at the positive sides of things is something that I have learned from them. So they have completely changed my outlook on life, and I'm really grateful for them. Another thing that I have in my bag is this license plate kind of souvenir that I got on vacation while I was in Greece. And this is, so it's my name written in Greek. And if you can't tell by now, my family is very Greek, and we have a lot of traditions and different cultural practices that go along with being Greek. Every Sunday, we go to church and we go to Sunday school in order to learn about how to use our religion in everyday life, and that has become a very important part of my life, as well as different holiday traditions that we do. For example, on Easter, we always roast an entire lamb, and there's a bunch of other different food traditions that come along with that. And then I think mainly the big thing I've also learned from being Greek and these traditions is that family is one of the most important aspects of that, and no matter, and it isn't just the traditional idea of family, it's extended family, it's close family, friends, everyone together will make any bad day brighter, basically, and having everyone around is always going to shine a light on things. So that has been a big part of my life. The second to last thing I have is a water bottle that I got while I was at a camp in Greece. And this camp I attended the summer before freshman year, so the summer of 2015, and I went for 3 weeks by myself, without any family. So that was the first time I had traveled alone. So that represents like a big step of, after high school, taking that step, and becoming an individual separate from my family, and taking a big leap of faith, I guess. And this camp also, it's kind of an immersion camp, so they take away your cell phone for 21 days. So I was without that for 21 days, which was amazing. I actually recommend it for anyone because we're so obsessed with technology now. But this camp also was a big part in teaching me more about my religion and how to use it in my everyday life. And even though that I am now at college and it may seem harder to get into those practices and to continue living a Christian life, that it is always there for me to fall back on when I need it. I have also made some amazing friends that now live across the country. I have friends in California, New York, Florida, everywhere, and I know that these girls can be my support system as well, like kind of like my friends at school. They're my support system whenever I need them. Even though they're a little bit further away, I know that I can always like reach out to them when I need it, and it has helped me they have helped me through some pretty tough times, and they've taught me that no matter how far the distance is, they'll always be there for me. And the last thing I have is a picture of my family. As you can tell, it is very old, but I have me at the top. I'm the oldest, and then my sister over here, who is 18 and now heading off to school this August, my brother, who is 16, and then my mom and my dad. So I chose this picture because we don't really take many family pictures, but also because I think it's just one of my favorites. I think we all look adorable. But from my family, I saved this for last because I've learned a lot of my morals from them and learned a lot of my values and what's important and how to live my life in a way that I am doing what I want for myself, but also remembering to include others and always be there for everyone, and how to just, I don't know. They've just done a lot for me, and looking at this picture kind of reminds me, and of especially looking at my parents, of like who I want to be in life and what I aspire to be. So yeah, that's my cultural bag video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see everyone else's.